Hey, what's going on, you guys? What you got to the channel? Your boy Big Dog back with another one take review today. We got one for Lovecraft Country episode 9. God, we got one more episode up left after this one. And this one was called 1921, Return 1921, something like that. Either way, they go back in the past in this episode, okay? But I will say about this, in the episode where they go back to the past, we're dealing with a portal. We're dealing with D turning into another one of the like freaky little dicky girls we saw from last episode. I actually followed this episode better than I followed any other episode this season. I'm proud of myself, maybe because there wasn't a lot of stuff happening, other than going back in time trying to get the book of names. And it did the thing with time travel. This one is one of those things where everybody does time travel different. Okay, we have people who do it to where you go back in time and you change something, it just starts another timeline. Then you have one thing where you go back into the past. You can change, if you change something, then it just happens in the future. But in this situation, no matter what you did in the past cannot change. The future cannot change because the past has already happened, and whatever happened in the past was already going to happen to make the future what it is, if that makes sense. Because we see that. Because it was weird, you know what I'm saying? Okay, before we even go to the excuse me, damn, I got no water. Before we even go to the past, we have to deal with like Hippolyta showing back up. We also have to deal with D turning into one of the freaking zombies. And now listen, I'm making the same mistake every single week, dog. Every single week. I managed to watch this show while I'm eating. That's the stupidest shit I could possibly do. Because I know I'm going to see something nasty. I'm over here eating and I see maggots coming out this little girl's arm. They immediately turn to flies. I'm like, how? How did that happen, okay? When? Okay, bet. Whatever. Either way, it was disgusting. I was eating. I was just disappointed at. But it was like cool. It falls in line with the show. They were trying to save D. I thought D died. The reason I thought D died because like the show definitely is willing to go there, especially with like killing off kids. Reason being because it's like, oh well, that happens in real life. The kids don't get spared in real life, so I thought they were gonna kill D off because I thought when they had like slit a wrist, but it was kind of like on some zombie type stuff or whatever you want to call it, or whenever somebody gets bit by something and they turn into that thing. So that's what she was turning. She had the little makeup on her face and you know what I'm saying. She was going some nappy dreads. You heard me? So she was on her way and she was gonna start like popping, you know what I'm saying, pretty soon. But either way you go, they called Christina on. Christina came because of Rubik, and I guess they pretty much just like, hey, yeah, her and Ruby got a thing. Y'all didn't know this, but they definitely got a thing. Also, Leti told Atticus, like, hey, I gave Christina like the names from the I'm sorry, my bad. It's cool. She gave it to him for a reason. But Montrose had a very good reason to be mad at her. Like, wait, you gave her this for your protection. You just kind of like, you said no magic, but like you kind of left us like, man, I kind of would have felt some type of way too. I would have been like, I could have swore we was in this bit together, but okay, whatever, cool then, later. You know what I'm saying? Don't come around no more though. You're my, and I know you're pregnant. Yep, I'm putting your business out there, even though everybody in the house already knew she was pregnant at the time. Christina ends up going to see the police just to watch him die. He was the only person who actually could save her. Christina said she can get her back to what she was, but she would need the book of names in order to complete it, like stop her from doing what she's doing. Hippolyta come back. We don't know where Hippolyta's been. Either way, I think she was, well, we saw where she went, but she was gone. She said she was gone, what's the equivalent for 200 Earth years, so she's super smart now, and she also has like these things in her wrist which allow her to power the portal, which we found out there were so many different like timelines and multiverses, you know, things going on in the show, which I'm a very big fan of the multiverse because I'm a DC fan, so like multiverse is like big for me as far as comics and stuff like that. So seeing that was like cool. But I don't think it's not something they're gonna really explore in the show. So they end up going back, and we get to see like Montrose like have like PTSD from his dad. You know what I'm saying? His dad played by the guy who plays Jesus Christ, the guy in Black Lightning. I can't think of his name right now. Not Two Bits. Can't think of his name, but he's a good actor. He was also in Charm City Kings. If you guys haven't seen that, go check that movie out. It's pretty damn good. But yeah, I was where he was like dealing with like seeing like his dad beat up on him again. He was just basically telling Atticus everything. And so him and Atticus end up having it out, even though right before they go through the portal, Hippolyta tell them like, hey, Hippolyta, like you don't know why I keep saying Hippolyta, probably because that sounds better. But Hippolyta told them before they go through the portal, hey, leave all the mess y'all got right here. They proceed to go through the portal and immediately get into it, okay? Also, I forgot to mention, Montrose pretty much dropped the bombshell on Atticus like, hey, I might not be your daddy. George might be your daddy, so it might be better for you to give your blood. Okay. Well, cool. Just and bro, they're doing some acting in this show. They is, like, everybody, like, they is killing it. They is really, like, digging deep in their performances. I mean, for these performances, bro, like, so many, all the character moments are like enhanced by their acting. Everybody's. So of course you had the moment between Leti and Ruby, which I didn't talk about. The fact that like Leti is like, hey, she's gonna kill Tick. Like that's like the whole thing. But Ruby just pretty much talking to Christine like, as long as you don't kill, you just gotta promise me you won't hurt my sister. She's like, I'm not. I'm just trying to become immortal, which is weird because it's like, no, Ruby has to be wondering like, well, if you're gonna become immortal, what the hell gonna happen to me? Also, another question: how the hell did Christina survive last week? I thought she was all like, that's what made me think she was already immortal because of that shit that happened last week. But she's not. So how did she survive and come out with the healed and shit? Like somebody like let me off that because I legit must have missed something. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, they go back in time. We see a few different things happening for Montrose. Leti gets caught up in they're in Tulsa. So I've seen the Tulsa massacre on Watchmen as well. If you guys have not seen Watchmen, watch it. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. It's only one season. It won't be a season 2. It's just like one complete story, and that's just it. But yeah, I've seen it in there, and like this is just as bad. Just white people just like killing black people for no reason, just kind of like fuck them. You know what I'm saying? It's disturbing, and that's what the show is like. When this friend, I think his name Thomas, got killed. It got shot in his head blew off, and his brain was on Monstrous. I'm just kind of like, how do you shake back from that? And I get why he wanted to save him because. You sitting me like I ain't got no friends to be shot and killed and nothing like that, but like I could only imagine like if I'm sitting right there, I know what's finna happen. Know my friend's finna get his fucking brains blew out. No, I'm finna try to stop this shit however I can. Fuck them little white kids. I'm sneaking up on one of them, hit them with the bat, just like my boy Atticus came through doing. Which leads me back to what I was saying earlier. No matter what you think you can do to like change the past, it's already set because it's already actually happened. Because Marshall was telling like, hey, some dude came through like swinging a bat, you know, and he was like, that was actually Atticus. So it's like a not a loop, maybe a paradox, something like that. I'm not super well versed in time travel, but it's like a loop or a paradox or something like that. Either way it goes, whatever happens is going to happen. And you also had the moment with Leti up in their house where you know everybody's going to die. And she looking for the book of names. And then Grandma was like, hey, baby, I ain't never seen them shoes before. Who the hell is you? I'm finna put this pistol on your ass. You don't tell me who the hell you is. Leti's just like, well, fuck it. I'm from the future. Because she can't actually hurt Leti. If she tried to shoot it, just would have, you know what I'm saying, the bullet just would have moved out the way. So technically, Leti actually didn't even have to go in the house. Also, Leti, I'm going to say something else about Leti this episode too, because Leti's out here bullshit. Granny ended up dying. She knew she was gonna die. She gave Leti the book of names and they prayed together. But one thing that bothered me about Granny, if I'm just being all the way real, Granny just sit there and burned. She just burned, y'all. Ain't no way in hell, because that's what it felt like for her. She just sitting there burning. I'm like, baby, there's a pistol right there. Do you mind shoot me in the damn head so I ain't gotta suffer burning? I know it's a lot to ask for you, but you don't know, man. Also, I was gonna die anyway. Can you shoot me? Like, I'm sorry, me personally. Fire, drowning, and being ate is 3 ways I don't want to go. I let a motherfucker blow my brains out all day. You heard me? It's like, don't fucking set me on fire, dog. Like, what the pause? That shit. I just think about it. But like, seriously, I'm just like, granted a soldier, but like, I don't even know if she's a soldier. That was just kind of a mistake. Okay, past that. And then Leti, the portal's closing. Hippolyta can barely hold it open. She over here got some superhero stuff going on. Or some matter of fact, some anime characters. That's who changed her whenever something they get some new powers. Anime characters. Hippolyta had her turn blue. She over here floating in the sky. She got electricity coming from her. Next thing you know, Addis jumped through the portal. They're like, "Where's Leti? Where's Leti?" Leti walking down the street, taking fucking Instagram pictures. Like, bro, she is taking her time. She got the fire in the background, holding the book. She just like, I'm like, Leti, hurry your ass up. Put some pep in your step. Ain't nobody stunning you. You just walking, trying to look cool. She probably got some fire pics. If she had somebody taking her some pics, they would have been fire. You know, she walking through the flames and shit. Hell just all glistening fire to the motherfucker. You heard me? But baby, get your ass through this portal. And she did. So now they got the book of names. They can save D. Christina still want Atticus, and he had to turn himself in willingly. But y'all know something that I have to talk about? Where's Gia? Gia. Her name is Gia, wasn't it? The chick, the 9 tails. You is not finna tell me she came for that little time and did nothing else. Come on now. That wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense to the story at all. Like, him calling her, the whole stuff with her, none of that makes sense if it don't come back in some way or another, right? Because we found out, I know she told him he was gonna die, but that doesn't even matter because he ended up finding out he was gonna die from his son's book. So she has to like play a part in it, because if not, that whole thing was completely pointless. And that's the first thing you see in the first episode with him calling back over to talk to her. Like, they're gonna have to they have to do something with it. I didn't see it in the preview for the season finale, but if she doesn't make her way back around, that's gonna be probably the only flaw I had with this is that big ass, like, I don't even want to say plot hole. It's just like part of the plot that just had nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed the episode, of course. Like I said, I watched this at night, which I usually don't. But this one was easier to watch. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't a lot of freaky shit happening. You know, I'm cool. I'm asleep. I'm asleep peacefully tonight. You heard me? You guys let me know what you thought about the episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe. And I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.